Welcome to the video. Today's video I'm gonna show you how to do an oil change on a 2017 Nissan Maxima with the 3.5 V6. Stay tuned.
Music bed.
Okay, so to get started, you are going to need your oil filter. I went with Pennzoil just because that's what I've been kind of going with lately. 0.20 is what you need. This vehicle takes 5.1 quarts, I believe, so I have 5, and then I do have a little bit extra over there. I got a Bosch filter. That's what it looks like. This is the part number in case. And then I'm also going to change the cabin air filter inside, so I'll show you guys how to do that. You're going to need some wrenches for the drain plug, or a socket, I guess, oil filter wrench, and something to take plastic clips off the bottom there. So, and then a drain plug or a drain pan to catch your old oil. Nothing up here. I just have the battery tender hooked up because the battery was a little bit low, which looks like it's at 100 now. Your drain plug's right up here. Or not drain plug, fill cap. So I'm gonna take that off just to take it off. Dipsticks here, but we go underneath. There are a few of like the little plastic rivets you have to take off. And right under here, so right next to your passenger side tire, you take this off, which I can tell because it's missing some clips, so whoever did it before, they didn't put them back in there. But you take this off, and it looks like you can bend it. It has like a kind of bent here, so you can bend it out of the way. That way you don't have to take the whole piece off. And then the filter lives kind of sideways here, so you might want to take this one off. That way we can pull this off to the side a little bit to get to the filter. It's gonna be right on top of this cross member here, so it looks like once you loosen it, all the oil is gonna drip in here, so you will have to clean that off. But I'm gonna take those off here, so it's just 1, 2, normally 3 rivets, and then this one here for the side. Okay, so I took this plastic piece off, so you just bend it backwards, and you have the drain plug right in here, and then just take this bottom piece off and you can get to the filter right here on the side. Just that way you can get your wrench in there. Like I said, once you loosen this, it looks like the oil is just gonna drip all over this cross member here and make a mess. I might put like a piece of paper here, I don't know. It's crappy design, I guess, but I'll put a piece of paper just to see if I can divert the oil to the inside all the way, or that'll probably be the best bet. Just that way it doesn't make a mess on top of there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my wrench here. It looks like a 14, we'll see. Yep, 14. Hey, okay. Crack it loose. It does have a gasket, or not a gasket, but like a little metal O-ring on there, so make sure it looks good. If you see any oil residue like it had been leaking, just get a new new ring. It's one of those brass ones to go in there. So put that to the side, let that drain for a while, and then let's see, get this oil filter here. It's not too tight, so I can get it with my hand. I'm gonna grab the box from the new one and see if this makes it where I don't make a mess with the oil over here. We'll see. It's probably still gonna make a mess, but maybe not that much of a mess. That's the last words. Looky there. I guess that kind of works. If you see there, so it's dripping right here on the cross member, but at least not on top, so because it's dropping on that box and then coming this way. I'll just hold this while it kind of finishes dripping in there a little bit, and then I'll take the filter all the way off. I guess you could just take it off and clean it afterwards. There's a bunch of oil residue in here, so I don't know. Whoever changed the oil before, they just kind of left it all in there. Once it comes off, you get quite a bit of oil dripping in there, but just hold that box in there. Take your filter out. All right. Then I'm gonna grab my new filter and just get a little bit of this oil, put it on the O-ring. So it goes on there pretty nice. Before I put it on though, I am gonna grab a paper towel and just clean around there. It looks like it's still dripping oil, so I'm gonna let it drain a little bit longer, and then we'll put the new filter on there. So I went ahead and wiped, you know, where the oil filter goes. Normally I would go on the other side just to make sure I'm matching it, but I can kind of feel where it goes, so I'm just gonna put the new one in and tighten it up all the way. The only reason I said you need a filter wrench is if the filter was really tight, then you might need it to loosen it. Really, a filter should just be hand tightened. You know, make sure you have a good grip, but tighten it with your hand. That should be more than enough. So I got that in there, and then I'm gonna pull this box, just kind of put it here, and then now I can actually clean this cross member here, and I'll spray some brake cleaner here afterwards as well, but just to make sure all this old oil and everything and the dirt that's kind of collected because of the oil. At this point then I can put this little plastic clip, so this one, you know, for this other shield. And that's it. And then it looks like the oil is pretty much done, just a few drips here, so I'm just gonna put the plug back on. And I am gonna reuse that drain gasket washer because it wasn't leaking. It looked good condition and it wasn't leaking or anything. I will double check, you know, afterwards, but knowing what plug it is, you know, if I do an oil change on this car again, then I'll probably get that drain plug gasket for next time. But that way I have it here, so I don't have one on hand, so I'm just gonna reuse that. So once that's in there, grab yourself some brake cleaner. Don't spray it in your eyes. You know, spray it on the pan here. Make sure any of the oil that would have gone spilled, or, you know, just kind of dripping, is collected, and that's good to go. So I'm gonna put this drain pan backwards just to give me room, and then just bend this shield back and put this clips back in here. So once you line it up in the hole, push the middle in, and the second one here, If I do an oil change on this car again, then I'll definitely get some of this. This will hold on okay in here, but it is missing that one. So anyways, once we're done here, we'll go to the top and fill the oil. So once you do everything on the bottom, take all your tools out, your drain pan, get yourself a funnel here, so that way we can add the oil to the engine. And so like I said, a 5.1 quarts. You do want to check your oil level afterwards, but so this is 5 quarts. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this contents in there. This 020 oil is very thin. I mean, you can hear it kind of pour down like water. That's what a lot of the new engines take. So. All right. So there's the 5. And it's going to be about 0.1 there. And then I'm just going to take my funnel and just wipe the top of this. Now after we start the vehicle, let it idle for a little bit. I'll go ahead and check the dipstick, make sure the level's good. If I need to, I'll add a little bit more. But you're good to go at this point. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how to do the cabin filter inside just real quick. And then we'll reset the engine oil change light in the inside. To do the cabin air filter, it's gonna be right here on the passenger side. Way hidden in there. So see if this light kind of get flashed up there. So it's right up there here. You'll see this cover. There's like a little tab right here to take it out. I know it's kind of hard to see, but and you have enough room to slide that filter out right behind, behind this HVAC box. It's kind of a pain here with not that much room, but you push this little tab up, and then there's this little door, and you pull it down. It just has like a little kind of hook, if you can see it there, that hooks up on top. Okay, and then the filter is going to be in here, and you just gotta kind of poke your fingers in there and then pull it out. And just remember the airflow, so it comes from the front towards the cabin of the vehicle, and we're going to pull this out this way. And like this, one bunch of trash is gonna fall off because it hasn't been changed. But once you do that, then you can pull it out. Oh gosh. Okay, so make sure you get yourself a vacuum, because all this stuff is gonna fall out, so you can see back there. But it's okay, just vacuum it up for your customer. And you can see, I mean, I don't want to shake this on the floor because I don't want to have to sweep, but you can see all this trash in there. So this went in there like this, and it's just fits right in there. Kind of a hard fit in there, but anyway. So I got this filter here. It's a Wix. I like to use Wix when I can. They're usually a good brand, but look at your airflow. So this one has it right up here. So we're just gonna slide this way in there. So just remember that. So I'm gonna get back in there, and then I'll get you guys once I put it up. It helps if your seat is pushed all the way back. And then just kind of, you know, just get this back in here. Like I said, this is going to be a tight fit in there because of just the way it's made, you know. I'm gonna have to kind of put you guys down, but you know, just push it in there. You're gonna have to kind of get to the top and, you know, kind of like put in an angle so the top goes in there first and then push it in. But I'm gonna need both hands, so I'm gonna push you guys down just for a second. Once you get it in there, I mean, just use both your hands. There's a little plug back here that you'll probably have to move out of the way, this little wire. But just kind of push it in and it's going to guide itself in there all the way. Pretty much what happens is once it's all the way in, it's going to expand and just cover the whole area. So, you know, that's pretty much what you want. So once it's in there, you know, it's just going to clip all the way down. To make sure that it's in there good, you're gonna have to kind of angle it from the top and then push it in, but it'll go back in there. So that's how you get that in there. A little bit difficult, but not too bad. Okay, so once you finish with everything, I'm gonna put a oil change sticker on it, but you want to start up the vehicle, make sure everything is good, and what you want to do is here with the little arrows, go here on the screen until you get to the settings, hit OK. We'll leave maintenance and then oil and filter, and while you're doing this, you're pushing the OK button here, and then to reset, you just go down, reset, confirm, yes. And so now it tells you 0 miles out of 7,500. So then you just go back, put it back in there. So 7,500 miles. So next oil change will be at 38,185. So I'm gonna put that in the sticker. Once you do that, you're all set. Just make sure you check with your dipstick, make sure there's no more oil that's needed, and you're good to go. So if you enjoyed the video, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.